SummerSlam 2026 Night 1 is officially over, and it was actually good. This was the first pay-per-view in how long that WWE put out that I wasn't disappointed. Patrick can agree. He was there with me. It opened with Liv versus Io for the World Championship. It was Liv's first title defense, and her, I think it's over 100-day reign now. It was a good back and forth. They put on a good match. Eventually, I think they did try to help keep Io's image by having Judgment Day come out and help and try to help Liv win. In the end, there was not many very notes on this one. It was a good match, but in the end, it was actually, the ending was really good on this. Liv went for the Oblivion, and Io reversed it, and then Liv reversed the reversal and did an Oblivion again. It was a solid ending to make both of them look strong. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I would definitely watch that. Also, to bring it back, the stage is nice on this. Of course, it's just one big screen again, but at least they shaped the screen. The big giant screen I think it was a championship. That was followed up by the Bloodline versus LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys, which it was a pretty kind of predictable match, but it was sponsored by Gears of War. So the whole entrance for the Bloodline was basically Gears sponsored. I thought it was kind of cool, but it was a little shoved down the throat, as all TKO and WWE sponsorships are. Solo, the entire match was just having fun. Anytime it cut to Solo, this man was just giggling. It was like a teenage girl just having fun on TV or something. There was a part in the match where Solo ran it back and they played Jay's music, and Jay was like, what the that was like the funniest part of the match. I love you, Solo. I kind of missed it. Pat pointed it out to me because I was dealing with my 2-year-old, but there was a part in the match where Royce Keys went to go do a body slam or whatever off the top turnbuckle to, I think it was Jimmy, and he just couldn't find his footing, and it was a little bit of a scary spot. So thankfully, their necks are intact. LA Knight did pin Jay for the win. And it is official that Solo is a face, because after the match, LA Knight and Solo did a big O hug. Solo was still cheesing like a teenage girl. I swear, this man is so happy that he is a face. I'm really here for it. This is the most I've been invested in him. I didn't give like 2 craps about him when he was running the like Temu bloodline. I like him now. Gunther versus Nick Aldis. I was so excited for this match. I'll be honest, this was one of the matches I was most hyped about. Nick Aldis looked great, by the way. He was shredded. I am not familiar with any of his matches. I haven't seen any of them, so this is my first impression of him. It was fire. All right, he did great. Gunther was kind of squashing him the whole match, and I kind of thought that because he was squashing him so much that Nick would end up picking up the win. But the crowd was super hyped. Everyone was so hyped about it, and I would like to see another match where it's like a street fight or so something where they're using weapons, because I think they can pull it off. Gunther did end up tapping Nick Aldis out, but then Mickie James and their son came out and was like, yeah, good celebration. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Following that was the Bellas and Paige versus Fatal Influence. This was probably the best match of the night. No, it was a very predictable ending. When me and Golden were watching it, before the match even started, we were talking about what's going to happen at the end of it, which Fatal Influence did end up picking up the win. There was a few good spots. It was a very slow match. Brie scared me, as she always does in every single match with her kicks. After Fatal Influence picked up the win, Nikki and Brie turned at each other and went, let's be bitches, and just mowed down Paige as expected. So the Bellas are officially heel, I guess. We'll see if Brie Bella separates herself from what Nikki is doing, or I don't know. She put in like 3 kicks. That's what Brie is good at, kicks, right? This is good momentum for Fatal Influence. But I am going to give the match a 5 out of 10 because it was unfortunately the worst match of the night. It was just kind of boring, honestly. Following that was Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And it was sponsored by Street Fighter. And me and Patrick had confusion because he saw a picture online. It was the chairs that were in the audience, and it was being advertised as a street fight. So we were like, why is that happening? And then like halfway through the match, I was like, oh no, it's because they're sponsored by Street Fighter. And I was like, oh, okay. This was a good match. Good. There was a part in the match where CM Punk went for a moonsault. He did do it. He definitely did the moonsault, but like away from Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was like here and he landed here. So A for effort. Cody looked strong. He kept reversing like every move that CM Punk did. He really looked like if you gave someone a controller in 2K26 and just they were reversing everything. That's what Cody was doing the entire match. Me and Patrick were trying to figure out the entire time what was going to happen, because it was clear that something was going to happen at the end. Someone was going to run in or someone was going to turn heel, whatever. He was expecting Kevin Owens to come out. I was thinking Cody Rhodes heel turn. It was Randy Orton. He came out and gave a little hug to Cody by way of RKO, and cost him the match. CM Punk picked up the win. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It was a fantastic match. So far, this entire SummerSlam was fantastic. Night one, at least, so far. And then the last match of the night, Oba versus Brock, which... So they have a new channel on, what is it, like Sirius XM or something like that? What is it called? Yeah, Sirius XM. So now Booker T and I forget the other guy's name are commentating the shows live on Vic Joseph. They're commentating the shows live on their radio station. And they advertised it like right before the match. And me and Patrick were like, oh my God, we got to switch. Because we love Booker T's commentary. He's freaking hilarious. And I'm telling you, it made everything like 10 times better. That commentary and the audio in general was so much better than the actual audio. So I recommend. I definitely recommend. It was definitely clear it was just going to be a beast versus a beast just tearing each other apart. They went outside the ring for like a little bit. And Oba put Brock through a table. And that was the only time that they went outside the ring, the entire match. And it was a Hell in a Cell, by the way. They didn't use the Hell in a Cell once, the entire match, which was so disappointing. I was expecting a wall to come down, something. And the match was good. All right, it was a fine match. And I probably would have rated it higher than it is. And I'll get to the rating, but I would have rated it higher than it is if they just didn't make it a Hell in a Cell, because it was just pointless to even be there. There was a part where Brock Lesnar was hitting Oba with some chairs, and they had freaking Wingstop advertisements on it. They put advertisements on the chair. There's already the Slim Jim tables. Now we have Wingstop chairs. Let's see how long the Wingstop chairs last. Let's see if it's just this pay-per-view or if it's going to be years of just Wingstop chairs. WWE is now like when you go on a website and you get a bunch of pop-ups that like you keep trying to close, but they just keep coming. That's just everything that's in the ring with WWE. After they tore it up in the ring, Brock Lesnar actually tore up the mat. I saw him like look at the mat and start kicking something, and I was like, oh, there's a part that they definitely marked. Then he started ripping it up. I'm like, yep. He tore up the mat and exposed the wood, and he tombstoned Oba onto it, which is super, super cool spot. Oba kicked out at 2. Brock was like, oh. And then Oba got up and did his finisher, and he didn't utilize the fact that the mat was exposed. He just did it on the actual like ring. And that's how he won. He beat Brock by just doing his finish normally. After Brock did like 3 F5s in a row. And a tombstone onto the bare wood. Like, I love Oba. All right. And I normally get mad about how Brock wins matches because I can't stand him. But it should have been some sort of like, oh my God, Oba Femi, back to back these things. 1, 2, 3. But no, it was just finisher done. I don't know. That didn't sit well with me. In the end, when we thought the show was over, Literally Patrick was like, all right, I'm gonna go get food. I was like, wait, because Brock Lesnar turned around and I don't know if this was scripted or not. It didn't sound scripted because like the way Brock was talking was like, me old, him young. that didn't sound like they wrote it at all. But basically Brock came back and was saying that Femi's the future, which was pretty cool. So he literally passed the torch to Femi. I give the match an 8 out of 10, mostly because they didn't use the Hell in a Cell and he didn't utilize the exposed wood. So it definitely would have been like a 9 or 10 out of 10 if they did either of those things. Overall, this SummerSlam was pretty fire besides the Bellas match, which is, I mean, if Bellas are on a match card, that's usually how it's going to go. So I gave it overall a 9 out of 10 because almost every single match was over a 7, again, besides the Bellas. So SummerSlam Night 1 2026, 9 out of 10. I can't wait for tomorrow. Let's hope they don't disappoint us. I think all of the matches I was really excited for were tonight. So I might do a prediction video later on today of who I think will win Night 2. I was going to do Night 1. I didn't have time. So keep an eye out for that. But that was it for Night 1. If you guys enjoy anything to do with wrestling, WWE, AEW, possibly TNA and other indie promotions, subscribe. This whole channel is nothing but wrestling. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.